Hey, so my buddy Chad Faulkner and I had this crazy idea for a ConvoCast or a podcast of conversations that we do, kind of walkie-talkie style, you go, I go, you go, I go, to work out issues. And we were going to call it On Your Left. So, being that it's called On Your Left, Chad, my buddy, what does On Your Left mean?
All right, On Your Left is a reference to Captain America, the Winter Soldier. I was trying to remember which movie. Captain America, Winter Soldier, when Steve Rogers, Captain America, meets the Falcon, and they're running in the very beginning. They're running in D.C., and Captain America keeps telling him, on your left, which is significant. That is just simply when I've run around a track, like in the military. So I was in the military 20 years. You go to a track, you run. When you're going to pass somebody, you typically pass on the left, and you just say on your left to let them know you're there, so they don't swerve or anything. You bump into each other. But it also formed a bond, and that statement, and then you go forward to Endgame, where the Falcon came in and says on your left when they come back. So I don't know spoilers or whatever, but if you haven't watched the Avengers series or Endgame, I'm not sure why you haven't yet. But when Falcon comes back to Cap's rescue and let him know he's not alone, he says on your left is kind of how he arrives. So on your left signifies a bond between two folks, and it's a good way that Tim and I have talked about. Say, hey man, on your left.
So to me, On Your Left, Captain America and Falcon had a good bond, and it did signify it symbolized their friendship and the bond between them. They were like brothers. But in Endgame, when Captain America was going to die, going to give his life to fight Thanos, he heard Falcon say, hey Cap, on your left. And to me that signified more than the bond, but it signified, hey, you're not alone, I'm with you. So to me, even though it is about the bond between two friends, like Chad and I, it is so much more than that. It's about the bond between man and his creator. So no matter where we're going, no matter what we're doing, or whatever our situation is and our circumstances, even if we think we're about to die or we're going to willingly give our life, we're not alone. And there's nothing we can do where you can separate us from our creator. So in that beautiful moment in the movie Endgame, when Cap heard on your left, to me it was so symbolic of, hey, I'm with you. I'm going to carry you through to the other side. No matter what happens, you are not alone. So to me, that's what on your left means.
Yeah, so on your left is a good way of saying that I got your back. That's kind of, to sum it up, that's kind of what it means to me. And as friends, you should have each other's back as, brothers and Christ brothers and, whatever. And on your left, and in that case, on your left also meant there was a colossal butt whooping coming from the good guys.
So really, on your left it's about the bond between friends, between brothers, between man and creator, between all of us. And this is for us, for Chad and I, it is a great place to discuss topics that are relevant to us, that might be relevant to you, where we can just pitch ideas back and forth. The truth is, we've been doing this for almost probably well over a year now on this app, and we have had the most interesting and in-depth conversations that we thought, you know what, that might be good to share. So On Your Left is our attempt to share the back and forth of just more than ramblings, but the connection and the ideas that two friends might have that would be worthy to share with others.
And in that spirit, Tim, on your left, what you got going on, brother? I know we're in some time of adversity here. One topic that we had prior was opportunity through adversity. And I think that's pretty relevant right now because a lot of people have a lot of adversity right now between the virus, either because they've been sick, they've been laid off, they're stuck at home, which to me is a good thing right now, but I'm also getting paid, and some people aren't. So, and I know, Tim, you have a situation where your gym is shut down because of the virus and the regulations that are being thrown about. So, brother, on your left, what are you up to? What kind of opportunities are you creating right now?
I don't know that I'm creating opportunities. I'm trying to be alert to the opportunities around me. I saw a interesting post the other day by Eckhart Tolle, and it said, I'll paraphrase it. It says something to the effect that if you're suffering right now, it's because you are not making friends with the moment. And that just, I don't know, I thought that was beautiful because really, whether I thrive or suffer is really up to me. It's not up to what's going on around me. I can have lemons and lemonade, or I can have pine cones and figure out a way to make pine trees. I don't know. But so what I'm doing with my time now, and really I've been doing it since this all started, I try to find creative outlets. I work on videos. I spend more time with my family. I try to be more attentive at home. I don't know how well I'm doing that. But I am also I'm learning about myself in this time because I don't have a lot of distraction now other than my thoughts. So I'm learning how to harness those even and to find ways to create new things like books, videos, stuff like that.
Gotcha, man. So I think it's important in a time like this to have some kind of goals, not just, I see people talking about, yeah, I'm going to catch up on this Netflix series, or I can't wait to watch this movie, and all that's all good, and that's especially good if you're doing it with your family. But I would encourage people not to focus on, trying to watch your favorite TV series or whatever. And again, if that's your thing, that's cool, but trying to make some kind of opportunity out of this. Take a chance to learn. If you've ever wanted to get better at photography, find a course online. If you've ever whatever the case may be. If you want to improve your fitness, hit up Original Strength and look at some of their online courses. Your mobility, your well-being, all that kind of stuff. So that's cool, man. Me myself, I'm trying to knock out projects. Anybody that like I've been working on this house that we moved into a little over a couple of years ago, almost endlessly, because we've done a ton of renovations to it, and somehow I keep coming up with more ideas of stuff to do. And then I've got the podcast going on, so man, I'm really trying to make as much of it. Time is something you don't get back, right? You don't get time back, so you got to make use of it. Find your balance and figure it out, right?
So I don't want to waste my time, and I know I've been given a lot more time than I normally have, but that's really not true either, because before all this happened, how I chose to spend my time was up to me. That really hasn't changed. How I choose to spend my time now is still up to me. My options are just different. But the whole TV thing, like especially with the family, I get that, and that is something. My kids are going to go off to college soon, so I do want to spend time with them. And if they want to do it watching TV, if they're laughing and I'm with them, then that's to me it's worthwhile. So that's my new question lately is how I weigh things out. Is it worth it? And that has been a very sobering and helpful question for me over the last 3 or 4 days, especially. But the other thing about TV, so I want my life to be more though than catching up on TV shows. And I'll be honest, I got sucked into the Tiger King show because, well, everybody's talking about it. My wife and kids wanted to watch it. And I can't unsee that. That was a mistake. I cannot unsee that. It's still etched in my brain, and which is another thing. You gotta be careful what you put in your brain, and I just dumped all of that in there. And it's like I need to wash my brain out with like soap or something. That was rough.
So I have not done the Tiger King thing. Everybody's been talking about it, but I guess I'm behind. Yeah, I haven't done that. I haven't actually watched much TV at all. I stay too busy between podcasts. I've actually thought about getting an acoustic guitar because I played guitar growing up in high school and stuff, and that was always fun. And I thought about getting one to reignite that. I've got a bow that I need to be shooting some more and get better with a bow. Man, I am a guy that never has a shortage of things that I could or should be working on. So TV is not something that I get into a lot. But with the family thing, it doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're doing it with the family, then obviously if you're robbing a bank with a family, then that's great memories, but probably not the best way to go. But, you get what I'm saying. Like anything with a family, just about as worthwhile. And if anybody's wondering why I'm hanging out by this blank wall, so literally, as we're recording this, between our recordings, I'm sitting here working on stuff. So that's where I'm at right now, brother.
So things Tim did not know about Chad. Chad, I did not know you played the guitar. And you mentioned a good guitar and the bow, so I guess you could pluck strings on both. But yeah, man, if you haven't watched the Tiger King, I don't know that you need to. And if you can avoid the imagery that would create, or that'll mess your brain up, man. And if you guys watching like the Tiger Show, I'm not against you. I just think that I could have spent my time not putting that in my head.
Hey man, so like we've been doing for so long now, I just wanted to check in on you, let you know I'm on your left, and see how you're doing, man. I guess to kind of wrap this up a bit for now, I hope everybody out there enjoys this a little bit. We're gonna move forward, put out some more content here, which is really just us talking. So hopefully you enjoy it. Let us know. Comments. I would say let us know what you're thinking. Anything that we discuss, feel free when we post these to comment and throw your own thoughts in there. Interaction is great, and especially right now when people are kind of quarantined or whatever your case is. Let's communicate and let's help make each other better and let each other know that